Greetings in the name of the Most High Yah. It's King Yedidia, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. And right now I'm in a live trade on Eurjpy, and I'm gonna do a little top-down analysis on the JPY basket and kind of show how I got into that trade. Like what were the things that I saw that led me to jump into that trade. So obviously we're in a downtrend. This right here is anchored VWAP from the beginning of the year. So the green line is lower VWAP, white line is VWAP itself, and this is upper VWAP, right? So we have this support level right here. You know, we got some support right here. Let me see, what level was that? So that's 7,516, right? So we got that support right there. And then the next candle on, and this is the weekly chart. So on the next week, we had a big push up, and we hit the lower VWAP and the 50% fib, right? You see, this is the 50% fib line resistance right there. So we had a double level rejection right there. So it's lower VWAP rejection plus the 50% fib, right? And then we sold off. So now we're in the third week right now, and the selling is continuing. So I'm looking for a continuation back down to these lows right here for the JPY, right? So we're looking for weakness. So then, with that being said, we need to find a strong counter currency to trade against the JPY, right? So let's see. When we go over to the currency strength indicator, you can see JPY is on the floor, and who's on top? The euro. So the euro is strong all the way up here at almost overbought. We crossed overbought, came back down, and it looks like we're going back to overbought again. And then we have JPY just crawling along on the oversold stage, oversold level, sorry. And this is Anna Cooling's quantum currency strength indicator. You could check her out at quantumtrading.com, and you could get these indicators and stuff like that. So let's see. So on Eurjpy, right? So that's the best pair to trade for alongside, right? If you trade in the yen weakness, we're looking for a strong currency, and the euro is strong, right? So this is the 30-minute chart. You can see we have a nice uptrend. We have a nice uptrend going on here, right? Man, I swear my arrows is the worst. So we have a nice uptrend going on here. And let's see. Let's start some analysis with the floor pivots, right? So let me make this bigger. I'm gonna have to make this bigger. So you can see this this over here. Just to show you, it's a live trade. This is Owanda live, right? So you can see it's a real trade going on here, right? So let's go to the big screen. All right. So we're in an uptrend. Nice movement up. We got some pullbacks happening. We're seeing a little bit of struggle sometimes with these wicks, but we always we breaking above them. We're getting some serious deep pullbacks though. You know, it's coming back and testing that low again. So even though we break out, we just break out a little bit, and we're getting some serious rejection, right? Even up here, we're seeing some weakness kind of coming in. So we're still pulling back to certain levels, like right here, and we're getting the push up, right? So I decided to take this long. Well, I actually took one long before earlier. I think it was right here. Try to take the high of day. You see, this is the yesterday's high. So I tried to take that breakout, which is this level right here, and it failed, right? So if I looked more closely at the pattern, I would see that when we push up around these levels, we usually we pull back, right? Now in this trade, it's not, I wouldn't say my stop loss is at a great place, because you can see like we come back and we test these levels, right? Like these levels get tested, like where we push up from, it comes right back. So right now I'm hoping it's just on an uptrend and it's not gonna really retrace. Oh, let me clear up the chart a little bit. I hope it's not really gonna pull all the way back here, stop me out, and then push up, you know. Hopefully we get it to just push up from here. This is my entry right here. This is my entry level. Only 0.02 lots because we're still practicing with Forex, and hopefully we get a push up. And the way the pattern is looking is that it's not really pushing up too far above when it breaks out from the high, it's not really pushing that far above, right? If you look at it here, right? So these are the higher highs, right? And you can see it's not really that far. When it breaks out, it's not really pushing above that far. So I'm thinking maybe the floor pivot R1 we might get to, but we'll see. So let's do some floor pivot analysis, right? The central pivot analysis. And that's these lines right here. So the previous day, this is the BC, this is the pivot, and this is the TC, top central pivot, bottom central pivot right here, and the pivot is in the blue. So red, top central pivot, blue pivot, and dark green is the bottom central pivot, right? And now we have a higher value relationship, meaning that these levels here, which is the central pivots for this session, is above this session, this prior session, right? And plus it should have a breakout day today because we have like this tighter range, right, compared to this range here. And compared to that tighter range right there, you know. So that suggests that we're supposed to have like a breakout day, and seeing that we're in an uptrend, we should probably break out to the upside, right? Well, hopefully. And so that's the central pivots. Let's look at the Camarillas for a second. Right, so what's the Camarilla relationship? So we have this inside day, right? So let me show you how the inside day develops. So this is S3 in this session. This was the S3 level in the prior session, right? So it pushed up. But the R3 of the prior session, we pushed down. And now we're inside the range. So that's now called a inside day. So with inside days now, so you see we have a tighter range as well between S3 and R3. And maybe I should make this bigger. I don't know if you all might be seeing this properly. Forgive me, y'all. Right, so now we have this inside day with a tighter range, and we pushed above R3, which is why I was taking the breakout. You see I took this this buy right here. That's that blue arrow. I don't know if you can see that as well. If you're looking on your phone, then it might be a little small. But then when it pulled back on me, we got this rejection right here, and it pulled back on me, and I just stopped out. You know, when we broke below R3 and upper VWAP, which is this red line right here. Well, let me change up that color. You see, this is VWAP here, right? This is lower VWAP, that green line. The white line is VWAP, and this red line is upper VWAP, right? So when we broke below that, I just took that as a signal to just get out, you know, because the breakout isn't working. So we had this retracement here. We found support at lower VWAP, this green line right here, and I took the buy, and now we're just sitting in a little consolidation right here. So will this trade work out today? I'm not too sure. I'm just hoping for the trend to continue, but I won't be up tonight like trading the London session and stuff like that. I'm gonna get some sleep. I gotta wake up and trade some stocks tomorrow in the stock market at 9:30 open. So try to get up at least at 8 o'clock, and I need to go to bed soon. So I just wanted to show you all this live trade, you know what I'm saying, and how I break down how I get into these trades using the Camarilla. And also there's one more thing I use, right, and it's called the money zone. So the money zone, let me take off everything else so you can see the money zone only, and let's see what kind of 2-day relationship that's in. All right, so might have to make it a little smaller. Right, so now you can see this is the value area low, which is the white line right down here. This is the value area low. This purple line here yesterday, that's the value area high. So the 2-day relationship now in the current session is a overlapping higher value, because we have the lower value now above the previous lower value, and then we have this upper value right here. It's above this prior day's upper value, but the lower value does not go above prior day's high. The value area high, it does not go above. So we have an overlapping higher value. Now if this lower value was above here, right, then we could have a higher value day. And if you want to get to know more about that kind of stuff, you gotta get this book, Secrets of a Pivot Boss by Frank Ochoa. Maybe I'll try and put it in the description so you can check it out on Amazon. And it kind of gives you some indication of trend direction and stuff like that. So this relationship between the prior day value area high, value area low, and today's value area high, value area low is suggesting a moderately bullish outlook. So the higher value day would have been really bullish. You know, you could really slap on some share size or lot size, and you're confident that it's gonna go higher, right? Now in this relationship, the overlapping, it's moderately bullish. So you gotta be a little cautious, you know what I'm saying? So you see how we get in this kind of sideways movement and kind of lack of conviction. The breakout kind of failed, you know. So that's all conducive of like a moderately bullish, because it's not pulling back. We're not falling out the sky, right? It's kind of moving sideways but still moving up. So it's moderately bullish. And let's see what else. And that's how I kind of put all these together to kind of formulate a plan as to what I'm gonna do. Like if I'm gonna go bullish, I'm gonna just sit on my hands, you know. Is it setting up to break out? And this is kind of setting up good to break out. It's just that I guess at this point in time, what time is it? It's 1:09 a.m. You know, London session is coming up in like 2 hours, so it's taking a little, it's consolidating a little bit and waiting for the open to get some direction, you know. But it's already showing that we holding above the central pivot. Let me make that bigger. So you see the central flow pivots here, that's TC to BC, and you see the blue line in the middle, that's the pivot. So it's holding above this level, though above TC right here, right? Which is also I think it says here weekly high, so that's also a level. So we're holding this level here, we're getting some nice wick rejection, well, support wicks, you know, we're bouncing up nice, but we also got to look out for these, you know, these rejection wicks. But when we pull back, we only pulling back to VWAP, which is kind of in the center of the breakout. So you can say this is like probably a 50% retracement, you know. So it's looking good so far. I don't like those wicks that's happening right now in the consolidation, because you know, everything you gotta analyze, and is it more bullish or more bearish in this consolidation? And we got two supports right here, but now we got 3 rejections, right? So all these little things you gotta look at. And looking at the volume is suggesting that, you know, we're looking to go bullish because it's holding support, right? So we got high volume here, these 2 candles, and we're pushing up. So we'll see how we do, you know. Like, I think if I was really like trading this like overnight, I'd probably add to this position if we broke above upper VWAP right here. Like, I think I would add something right here and just, you know, put my stop at probably break even, and just see if we get the push above, like push up to R1 or even further, you know, depending on how strong it breaks out. Like in London session, when the money really starts coming in the market, what direction is it really gonna take and how strong, you know. Because in the bearish kind of aspect of this, we could really just pull back to test this level, because you see that's where we broke out from. So we could really come back here and just stop me out. So we'll see how we do. I'm gonna leave it overnight, and I'm thinking whether I'm thinking if I should set or take profit, because I don't think so. I think I'm gonna just leave this, because this might turn into like more of a, maybe a swing trade, because I'm looking at the euro. The Japanese yen is gonna continue going down. This is what I think, you know. It's gonna continue being weak, and whether the euro stays strong or not, I'm not sure about the euro, but I think the Japanese yen is gonna continue going pushing down. So it depends on what's happening with the euro, you know. So if we survive this and we don't hit the stop loss, I'ma just try and let it run, you know. Like, what is R3? The floor pivot R3 is 143.04. Right now we at 142.128. So we'll see how we do. Alright, y'all, it's King Yadiya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets, and y'all trade safe and stay blessed.